After successfully escorting Tang Sanzang and recovering the Buddhist scriptures, Sun Wukong ascends to Buddhahood, but ultimately rejects immortality, instead choosing to live on his mountain in peace. However, the celestial court is angered that Sun Wukong would disobey them, and sends an army led by Erlang to force him to return to the court. Sun Wukong duels Erlang, but is ultimately defeated and sealed in a stone. However, right before he is sealed, Sun Wukong manages to split his power into 6 relics, each one corresponding to one of Wukong's 6 senses, the same 6 senses of Ayatana, a Buddhist philosophy, that are scattered and hidden all across China. Over the next few centuries, the monkeys of Mount Huaguo would send out a number of young warriors to try and recover the relics so they can revive and free Sun Wukong. One such monkey, who becomes known as the Destined One, sets out on his quest to find the relics. He first heads to the burnt-down ruins of Guanyin Temple and recovers the first relic, Sun Wukong's eyes, by defeating Black Bear Guai, who apologizes and claims he was forced by the court to oppose the Destined One. The Destined One then heads to Yellow Wind Ridge where he defeats the Yellow Wind Sage and recovers the Bodhisattva Lingji's severed head. As thanks, Lingji hands over the second relic which he had been protecting. The Destined One continues his journey to the mountains, where he frees Zhu Beiji from imprisonment and they both defeat Yellowbrow. Maitreya then thanks them for defeating Yellowbrow, who had stolen his artifacts as well as the third relic, and he gives the relic to the Destined One. The Destined One and Beiji then arrive at the lair of the spider demons to find the fourth relic, but Beiji is captured by the matriarch, the Violet Spider, who plans to marry and then devour him for having ruined her centuries earlier. The Destined One rescues Beiji and battles both the Violet Spider and the Hundred-Eyed Taoist Master, resulting in both of their deaths and the possession of the fourth relic. The Destined One and Beiji continue on to the Forest of Embers, where they find Red Boy attempting to steal the fifth relic from the Bull Demon King. The Destined One defeats Red Boy, who commits suicide to avoid the humiliation of defeat and allowing the Destined One to take possession of the fifth relic. With 5 of the relics now in their possession, the Destined One and Beiji return to Mount Huaguo to find the 6th and final relic. On the way, they find that Sun Wukong's old weapons and armor have been hidden around the region, so they decide to recover them before the court can. They then reach the summit of Mount Huaguo where the Destined One discovers that, as the Destined One, he himself is the 6th relic, Sun Wukong's mind, and that his true role is not to revive Sun Wukong per se, but to inherit Sun Wukong's name and powers and become his new incarnation. In order to complete the transmigration transformation, the Destined One is forced to battle Sun Wukong's mindless stone body. Upon the defeat of Sun Wukong's stone body, multiple endings are possible. In the default ending, the Destined One fails to inherit Sun Wukong's legacy. He is forced to wear the same circlet that bound Sun Wukong to the Celestial Court and his body remains trapped inside the rock waiting for a new Destined One. In the true ending, if the Destined One defeated Erlang in an optional boss fight prior to the final battle, he successfully inherits Sun Wukong's memories and refuses to wear the circlet, preventing himself from being bound to the Celestial Court.